What's going on, everybody? Asad Hashim Ali back again with another episode of Behind the Grind, and this time we're going to call on this gentleman from Pakistan, from Karachi himself, Bilal Tariq. Bilal Tariq is a CrossFit CrossFit Games athlete, an official games athlete in Pakistan, residing in Karachi. He started off a gym called MatrixFit some time ago, and I've basically called him on because I really wanted to learn about his experience at the games, how he got there, but most importantly, what was his own personal journey. And that's what Behind the Grind is about. I sit with individuals who I think I can learn from, people whose grind I admire, and people who are just doing cool shit on a regular basis. Bilal, what's up?
What's up, buddy? Nice to see you.
Likewise.
Thanks for having me over.
No, man. Thank you for coming, actually. I want to call you on earlier, but the games were happening. You got the invitation. It's another mindset altogether, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it was the past couple of months in the lead up to the games were definitely a completely new learning experience for me.
I bet.
You think starting a business would be the hardest thing you would ever go through, but competing for a stage, to go and perform at a stage like that with all the kind of expectations behind you, and trying to live up to them is a completely different beast on its own, mentally.
I bet.
More than physically.
I bet.
Yeah.
So let's take a step back actually in this. So for all those listening, you know already that I'm a big advocate of CrossFit. I love the sport. I'm trying to get better at it myself. And the games itself are an international competitive platform for athletes from all across the world. And previously, you would basically enter the Open. Right. Correct me if I'm wrong. You'd enter the Open. If you would qualify there, you'd go to the regionals.
Right.
And the regionals would be in select locations all around the world.
Right.
And you would be competing with the finalists in your region, and if you won there, you would go to the games itself in Madison.
If you were in the top three.
In the top three. Now, things have changed a little bit.
Yeah. What
is the scene now?
So, in 2019, they changed the rules for the 2019 season. Now the rules dictate that anyone from your country that wins the Open, so your national champion, will get a ticket to the CrossFit Games.
Direct ticket after you kind of win the Open, and there's a set of procedures which they do in terms of checking your workouts and whether you legitimately actually did the workouts the right way, and then you earn a ticket. The other way is that you go and compete at one of the sanctional events, one of the many sanctional events that are happening across the world till the lead up of the games. Okay.
So those are the two avenues that you can participate in to punch your ticket.
If you don't do the Open and you do the sanctioned events and you win there, you could still go?
Yeah, 100%.
And you just have to do one sanctioned event?
So you can do as many as you want. You just have to win one.
Right.
You can even win the Open and go and win the sanctional event.
Right.
But they will give it to the next person.
Right.
So nothing really stops you from competing all year round.
Yeah.
It's just that you really just need to punch that ticket to the games.
Right.
So you can think of it this way, that the sanctional events are like regionals happening all around the world. So in countries like Pakistan, where the sport is growing, the emphasis of the Open has increased dramatically.
Right.
Because the competition is not as extensive as, let's say, the UK or the US or Canada.
Yeah.
So people over here are now taking the Open very seriously, those that are competitive. But then countries like the US, the UK, where there are tons of athletes, winning the Open is very difficult because your pool of athletes is a lot bigger. Yeah. So the elite athletes are actually more focused on sanctional events now.
Okay.
You also have to keep in mind that the Open is the workouts in the Open are not suited for everyone. They test your fitness, but the tests that are done at the sanctional events are a lot more extensive and really require you to be at that elite level.
Like you can't just be a pro Olympic lifter and take part in the Open. You might actually do poorly in the Open.
Good, yeah. So the Open, so you have to keep this in mind. CrossFit is a community sport, right? So CrossFit is not. So the reason they changed these rules also is to include more, everyone, right? And the Open does that, right? So the Open is for any and everyone at any and every fitness level to come and participate, right? So that's why they keep the movements not very complex. Like they're still doing the same tests. They're still testing functional fitness and performed at high intensity, but they're not as high skill level or as complex as, let's say, at the regionals the way they were. Whether it's the weight that they prescribe you to do or the movements that they prescribe, because they want everyone to be included in the open.
Right.
That's what makes
that's
it
not just like a way to mess with people, right? It's like, this was easy.
No.
Come on in.
No, it's not. It's not easy by any means.
Yeah.
Because it really depends. Going back on what you're trying, what are you participating in the open for?
Right.
If I'm participating in the open to win it, it's not fun for me.
Right.
Because I have to do the workouts with an intensity that I know I need to make it hurt. Okay, as opposed to someone from my gym that participates in it for fun, to kind of come and throw it down with their friends, fucking high five them at the end of it, have a good sweat, have a good laugh, and then that's it. End of story. So the open has different meanings for different people. But the great thing now is that because of the new rule changes, the open's emphasis, like I said, at least in this part of the country, in this part of the world, has increased. Yeah. Just like it has in all the smaller countries across the world.
And that's why you had athletes like like that's why the games had athletes from like Senegal and Saudi Arabia and Dubai as well. Exactly. And even though that some like
Dubai is huge in CrossFit.
Exactly. Yeah. I was just going to say that. But then like so basically what you're saying is that with the open giving you a direct ticket, a possible direct ticket, the odds of Pakistanis being able to participate goes higher. Or representation of Pakistan is now like a sure shot, right?
Well, sure shot, yes, 100%. I mean, that's why. So that's why you saw countries like you just mentioned. Like I met people from Sri Lanka, people from parts of the world that weren't representing CrossFit before,
right?
Because making it to the regionals was
a task anyway.
Oh, fuck, man. You had to be a fucking ninja.
Yeah.
Like, you had to be a games athlete.
Yeah.
To make it to regionals. And then win the regionals is like a different thing. So if you honestly asked me, like, let's say 2 years ago that, Bilal, will you ever make it to the games? No. If these rules didn't change, no way. I know what it takes to go, what these guys are capable of. Yeah. And I know my level. Yeah. And I know the level of fitness in Pakistan generally. We are not at that level right now. But because of the rules changed, now you're like, oh yeah, I can go to the games. Which is really cool in itself. Because you see the sport kind of, it was amazing to see these 150 nationalities there together. Yeah. It was just like, wow.
People from the left side of the border and the right side of the border, everyone was there, right?
Together.
But like, and so what I was trying to the point I was trying to bring with the UAE was like, it's big in CrossFit. And I'm not too sure, correct me if I'm wrong, there wasn't a representation last year from UAE, was there?
So there was in the regionals.
Right. But not at the games. The regionals
not at the games.
Okay, all right. So it's like, there's no direct relationship, or you can't say that there's a huge relationship on the level of investment in like the sport in your country as well, which is going to determine you ending up at the games.
How do you mean?
Like, for example, you go to like, you have your level 1 trainings and your certifications and your level 2 certifications from Dubai as well. Gyms all across, boxes all across, right? But are they still able to churn out those like elite level athletes?
No, man. So the level 1 certification or any kind of certification does not directly correspond to the number of athletes that you're churning out in the country. You have to keep in mind that Pakistan is not a country where fitness or sports or athletes are
nurtured.
A profession.
Yeah.
To call yourself an athlete as a profession is not taken seriously.
100%.
That needs to change, right? So these certifications are just tools for people to kind of coach, right? They're not tools to become athletes. To become an athlete, you gotta put the work in. Yeah. Right? You need guidance of proper programming. You need guidance of proper lifestyle. Yeah. And you need to invest time and effort not by reading books only on how to improve performance and become mentally stronger and, you know, all of those extracurricular things that you can do to become an athlete.
Yeah.
But you got to go to the fucking gym.
Yeah.
You got to work.
You got to put in those hours.
You got to work.
Yeah.
Right? You got to dedicate your life to being an athlete. That's how you become an athlete.
Right.
Over here, people aren't becoming athletes because it's a very new concept.
Yeah.
Right? No certificate can make you an athlete. You got to put in the work. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. There's no cutting it. There's no cheats around it. There's no...
No, there is. 100% there is. That's why some people shine brighter than the others.
Yeah.
Because someone somewhere did slack off.
Yeah.
If someone beat me in a workout, I know that's because I didn't put in the work.
Yeah.
That guy did.
Yeah.
He beat me. And that's it.
Yeah.
You can blame it all on genetics. You can blame it on this. I didn't sleep well. I didn't eat well. No one gives a shit, man.
Yeah.
You fucking lost.
Yeah.
He put in more work or she did. That's it. End of story.
Just like, throw the bullshit out of the window.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
I can come up with 10,000 excuses why things didn't go well on a certain day or whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Right? At the games, the event that they announced, the moment they announced it, mentally I kind of lost. Because when they announced that weight of snatches, I was like, fuck, that's like my 97%. How can I do 4 rounds with that weight? The moment I said that to myself in my head, I knew that my perception of the workout is so bad that no matter, you know, and this is all reflective after the games.
Yeah.
That's what I thought about afterwards. That why was I feeling that way?
Yeah.
So I knew exactly that going into the next season, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
Right? So that's what becoming and being an athlete takes.
Yeah.
And in this society, you have to fight a lot of other things to be that person. Because no one understands what it means to be an athlete. It's not a respected profession. You don't have too much support systems. So you got to kind of pave the way for yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, with that being said, that you got to pave the way yourself. Anyways, you know, whether you even if you choose to get into cricket or you choose to get into football or any sport in Pakistan, it's a task and a half.
Yeah.
You really got to be ballsy to get into that.
No.
So from a federation level, there is like zero support, close to zero support, right? But then from a Pakistani media standpoint, you know, cricketers are decorated in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Footballers are getting there slowly and steadily. MMA is picking up. Hockey is dying out. वो तो एक अलग ही मसला है altogether. But like rowing is picking up as well. How was it for you? Like Mishka Murad also is a Pakistani Games athlete from the women's division, first female
athlete,
and she mentioned on her stories that you know, the Pakistani media houses just like, you know, she approached them and there wasn't much of a response back. What's your experience been like since before going and when you were coming back?
So, like I said, when you're trying to pave the way, you have to kind of do everything on your own.
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't until I think a week before I was flying out to the US that there was this one girl from Dawn, her name is Shanze. She approached me, and that also through someone that I knew who approached them and said, wake the fuck up. This guy is going to compete. And he's going to carry the flag. Cover them. Yeah.
And this was, I think, kuch raat pehle hi tha.
Yeah, it was just like, I think 3-4 days before.
Yeah.
And then she just wrote an article on Dawn Images about, you know, the fittest man in Pakistan going to the CrossFit Games.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the only coverage. Other than that, it was great initiatives by platforms, local platforms, like Project Wellness is a social media page, right?
Yeah.
They're covering health and fitness. They promoted me.
Yeah. There
were other people like who were kind of talking about me, like there's a physical wellness center who they're the first, like they're physiotherapists, PWC, right? So they were talking about my journey on their pages. So it was all of these local kind of young unestablished media places right now that were talking about me or my journey or Mishka's journey.
Yeah.
But the bigger media, like you said, they just want to cover the cricket and
They're looking for the sex, basically.
right. So I understand it because the sport, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
People don't know what CrossFit is.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't exist. So you have to pave the way to educate the market first before them kind of waking up and realizing what a big deal it is.
Yeah.
Because it is a big deal.
Yeah.
Whether I go or anyone else goes, you are going to be carrying your flag on the stage, on a very big stage.
Yeah.
So people, it wasn't easy. People didn't really know what to cover, how to cover it, why to cover it.
Yeah.
There was no sponsorships. There was everything was like I had to
did it yourself, basically.
I had to do everything on my own.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem, man. I had to spend everything through my own savings.
Yeah.
It's not cheap to go to the US to fucking go compete.
Yeah.
All right?
100%.
It's not cheap. And that's the problem here, right? And the biggest problem is not kind of no coverage from media or no support from your federations.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is that, let's say your local talent, which is does not have the means like I did, right? I had some savings because of, my past, which I was able to use to go to these games, to open the door for athletes for the country in the sport. What if there was someone from our general population that can't afford to go and won the Open? How would they go?
No chance.
They won't go. They can't go unless you can raise the money for them through your gyms or anything. But they can't go. So that's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
It's not that the privileged people will always punch their ticket to the games. There are a lot of talented people in the lower middle income society that are working just as hard as us, but aren't getting the right opportunities because there's no exposure. I had to fucking scream and shout on my social media account to wake people up, but these people might not even have a social media account.
Yeah.
Who gives them the voice?
Yeah.
So you don't go to the games just because you didn't have the resources or the support from the society? That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's where the media people need to fucking wake up and realize.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it happens in every sport.
Oh.
Right? I'm sure it's happening in every sport.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest thing generally in sports, right? The coverage needs to be done the right way.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what Mishka meant by she wasn't getting any support from the media over here. But, like I said, I think at this time, because it was the first time, everything was kind of...
the ball just started rolling.
Yeah, so not everyone's going to get it right, man. Like, I did a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes this time as well. There were things that we did right, but then there were things that we could have done differently to kind of gain more awareness.
Like, could you share something? Like,
like I think we could have approached like corporations, like bigger corporations that and kind of try to kind of really encourage them to support this corporate social responsibility that each company has, like try to kind of include them, reach out to them. And these kind of things, like in terms of media as well, like kind of reaching out to media a bit more actively. I think I didn't make those decisions or didn't do that very actively myself. But I know that, for example, for next time, I feel like now people are, if whoever ends up going to the games next year, inshallah, from Pakistan, I think we know what we need to do.
Yeah. What more to do?
What more to do.
Yeah.
100%. As gym owners, as part of the community, as the athlete himself, and everyone else around them.
All right.
Each year, I think you'll just keep learning and learning.
But so... There's actually one question I have about the sport itself. Yeah. Is there's a rule in the sport is that, okay, if you're the last one, you get the most cheers. Right? How is there such a... And you said that the Open is designed to be as inclusive as possible.
Yeah.
how is the sport so inclusive even at the games, despite that? Like you've got okay, so for people listening, the games are not like people like you and I competing. This is like the Michael Jordan and the like the Beckham and the Khan and every like the elite fittest individuals on earth who in their past life were either fantastic gymnasts, Olympic lifters, sprinters, athletes in general. Right? They are gifted.
Yeah.
Right? And they have worked super hard to be there.
Yeah. Even
in that level, how is there that like camaraderie or that community feeling throughout the sport? Because Dave Castro is always given that image to be like, the heinous bitch.
So just to clarify to all those listening and to you as well.
Yeah.
It ain't about community when you get there.
Exactly.
All right. When you're in the warm-up area and when you're with these animals, everyone's there hungry.
All that community gets out the window.
Everyone's hungry.
Yeah.
Okay. Like there is that community aspect. Don't get me wrong. Like I made great friends over there and great networks. Like I met people from all around the world and everyone was so nice. Right. But when it's game time, there ain't no community amongst athletes. Everyone's there for the kill.
Yeah.
They're going. Like, they'll cheer for you after they get their shit done.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, they're not going to slow...
That has to be underlined, highlighted, italicized.
But they're not going to slow down just because you can't pick that barbell up.
Yeah. Because this is actually something that's just been on my mind.
But that's competitive sports, right?
I get that. And so the way I see it is that like when you play football, for example, right, जो भी teams बनती है Pakistan India की जंग तो शुरू हो जाती है वहाँ पे. Same applies to cricket as well. Yeah, it brings friends together, it brings people together. CrossFit, I've always seen in that light. Like I know CrossFit gets used as corporate training as well.
Yeah.
CrossFit for kids exists as well. How is the sport? Do you think like is there like I don't know, maybe this is the wrong question altogether, but do you apply that yourself as well? Is that okay when we're doing the workout? Like, I don't give a shit if you are, one of my members, I will whoop your ass.
Mate, so here's the thing. I think that kind of approach is very individualistic.
Yeah.
Right? It depends on how competitive of a person you are. And it actually comes down to, like I started this conversation, it depends on what you're trying to get out of that 1 hour or from that open or whatever setting you're in, right? If I'm going to do a workout with someone, I'm not going to try to lose. Okay, like it doesn't matter if it's it's an open workout or anything. I'd throw it down with my buddy from like Box 77. Shout out to Hasib, right? He comes over to work out with me. I've had Hisham Bukhari from Fitness Cartel. He and I are buddies. We work out every now and then. We get the chance. None of us are like, oh, okay, cool. Why don't you go faster and I'll just slow down? Like, when it's 3, 2, 1, go. Let's go, bitch. Like fucking move, right? Like. I don't give a shit. It's hurting you. It's hurting me as well. Yeah. But we're all trying to chase that extra rep. But that's us, right? We're trying to do this competitively. Yeah. But then there's someone like if I'm working out with my members in a group class, right? Yes, I'll still try to kind of keep pushing myself, but I'm pushing myself. I'm not trying to compare or make the other person feel bad. Yeah. And that person might try to push himself, but not to a point where they were like, they're dying because they're doing it for general well-being. Yeah. Right? CrossFit is primarily, it's not for the games. It's for your general lifestyle. That's what we do at the gym. Yeah. It's for you to be healthy. Yeah. That's why if you ever come to my gym, each workout has 3 categories. Performance, fitness, and wellness. Yeah. Right? The performance is for people that want to do it competitively. Yeah. The fitness is for people who are like intermediate, who don't necessarily want to compete, but they want to push. Yeah. And then there are people that just want to stay healthy. Yeah. That just want to move healthy. Yeah. And they're the wellness category. And that is your mass. That is what CrossFit is. And
for you personally, was it like you went through those different steps?
Everyone
you went from wellness to...
Yeah. Everyone does. Well, you think people just start snatching like 80, 90 kgs on the first day? Like everyone starts at that barbell and then moves on to those 2.5 kg.
No. I mean, like I understand that it's a slow and steady climb.
Yeah.
But did you enter the sport thinking that, man, like I got into the sport because I was just tired of everything else.
So I got into this. I come from a competitive background, so I've always been very active in sports. So I've
Right.
competed in swimming. I've kind of any sport that I've done, I've tried to kind of,
Get better at.
yeah, like it's always been swimming, then bodybuilding. I got into bodybuilding. I was like, okay, cool. I want to kind of push the limit here. 2 sessions a day. Then I got into track and field for a little while. Tried to kind of, but I never kind of stuck around because I kind of got bored of the sports because of their single modality stuff.
Yeah.
The reason I stuck into CrossFit is because it's so broad.
Yeah.
When I got into it, it was just to experiment.
Yeah.
Right? I just wanted to do everything that people were doing, and people were very fit.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to be fit. But then the Open, I found out about the Open, and I was like, oh, cool. This is an opportunity where I can compete as well.
Yeah.
And then now it's just become more than like myself, man. It's more about kind of. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm fucking. I don't have many years of competing left.
Yeah.
Right. I know that there's a certain age after which it's very hard for you to keep competing. So now it's more about kind of giving others the opportunity that you can become athletes, you can compete in this sport.
Yeah.
I believe in the sport. That's why I pursue it and promote it.
Yeah.
And now after a while, I know that in a year or two, for me, it'll just be about sustainability and maintenance. But now I'm kind of focusing more on the next generation of athletes that do this competitively.
Right.
That's my focus.
Yeah.
Because there are opportunities for Pakistan to go and compete in this sport now.
Hats off to you for thinking like that. For like
God.
just opening the door up for others, man. Because and acknowledging that like every athlete, every pro athlete is going to like have to, hang the jersey.
But that's the thing, man. Like you can't be delusional about it, right?
Yeah.
Like how much work is required to do it, and I don't want to do it half-ass.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna kind of work out 1 hour a day and try to kind of go and win the Open and try to, like have these expectations for myself as an athlete. Listen, man, I'm running a gym, I'm running a business, I've got clients that I have to manage, and then being a full-time athlete, like I know that it's not sustainable for too long.
For sure.
And then there's a time when you have to kind of have your priorities right. And I feel like there's a lot of potential here that I've seen, and they have more years in them than I do.
Yeah.
So then if they feel like I have that kind of support that I can provide them and they reach out to me, I know that I want to kind of help them grow.
Yeah.
That's how the sport grows. That's how people grow. Otherwise, you can be a fucking selfish prick and just keep doing it yourself. No one's going to benefit from it. After a while, people are going to stop following you to who gives a shit about how much you can snatch.
Yeah.
You can't make any difference to anyone else's life. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
that's the hard truth. That's the hard truth.
Who gives a shit, man?
Yeah.
Like, how many followers you have after a certain point if you're not making a difference through those followers?
Yeah.
What
What
are you going to do?
Yeah. But I'm going to take a break right there. And then we'll move on to a different section of this interview.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. We are back again. So now let's actually get into the more personal side of the things, right? The battle with yourself or behind the grind, I just want to throw that in there.
Behind the grind.
Behind the grind, yeah. So what was... Okay, firstly, explain to me, what is MatrixFit? What is the story of MatrixFit?
So MatrixFit is my baby.
Yeah.
MatrixFit is my... man, that's a good question. MatrixFit is my identity, man. It's who I am. It's what I do.
Yeah.
What I think I was meant to do. It's a gym on surface, but it is so much more.
Yeah.
We started MatrixFit in 2017.
Yeah.
In my garage. First year was in my garage. Then I moved into the space that I am in now.
Yeah.
And MatrixFit primarily was meant to be a CrossFit box, which it is, alhamdulillah, today by the name of CrossFit BNB.
Right.
And then the main thing was, man, MatrixFit was an identity that I wanted to kind of, it's my identity. Everything that happens at MatrixFit is what I believe in.
Right.
It is what I have put everything that I have in, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever it is. I just, it defines me. So it's a platform for people to get better. It's a way for me to help people get better. It's a way for people to explore their own kind of themselves more, and their capabilities. It's a place for people to have opportunities to do the things that they want to do.
Yeah.
And it's a place, hopefully, that is a platform, at least what I hope it is, and I hope people see it that way. It is a platform for others to grow, mentally, physically, through sports, through fitness. That's it.
Fuck. I love that passion, man. I was like, shit, I didn't want to stop.
Yeah, no, bro.
Fuck, dude. That's the real deal. That's when you know when something's legit.
It's real, bro. It's, I don't, it is a gym, like I said, on surface, but I want to look at it as more as an institution.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'm, I've had this discussion with one of my coaches and, one of my friends, Farzad. Shout out, buddy. We talk about this all the time. I don't look at it as a gym. We don't look at it as a gym. It's an institution.
Damn.
That's what the vision is.
All right. What was life like before this? How did you get to this?
Life was tough, man. Life was tough. Alhamdulillah, life was great in terms of like growing up, because my family, my parents have given us everything that they possibly could, so no kind of complaints there. Which is, life was tough because I always struggled in school.
Yeah.
I hated school.
What school were you in?
So I'm originally from Islamabad, so did my up until O levels I was in a school called Head Start. I got expelled from Head Start in O levels.
All right.
So got expelled from school, got suspended, like, I don't even fucking know how many times.
One of those like Paddebaz Punjabis?
No, man, I wasn't one of those Paddebaz Punjabis. I think I was just misguided, just fucking all over the place. Priorities weren't right, just thinking I'm invincible.
Okay.
That kind of stupid,
yeah.
just stupid shit. Now that I look back, didn't really feel like education was important.
Yeah.
Didn't really understand the meaning of hard work, what it means to kind of, or didn't really know that what the outcome of hard work can be.
Yeah.
So life was tough in that aspect because, when you were that fucked up, I don't really know the right way of saying it. You get a lot of negativity from the society as well.
Right.
People kind of write you off. No one really gives a shit about you. You start losing a lot of people that were close to you. Yeah. Because, they don't want to associate with your negativity. Once when I got expelled, that was stupid on my part. I take responsibility for, that. But after that, it was a very difficult time for me and my family. Suddenly you're rejected from every place in the city. Yeah. And Islamabad is like this fucking small. Yeah. Right? Everyone knows you.
Smaller than defense.
Fuck, man. Everyone knows you there. Yeah. And you're on the fucking news that this kid got expelled. So, being rejected left, right, and center, that's not a good feeling. Yeah. Being told that you can't really do much. You only have limited options in life. Yeah. At a very young age. It's not a good feeling to grow up with. Yeah. And then you try to make do with what you have.
Yeah.
Then, then I moved to Karachi for my A levels. I went to International Baccalaureate, the international school.
Back when it was actually at Mahatma Palace, I'm sure.
Yeah. Wow, man. Again, it was just out of place, out of sight, new city, no friends, nothing. Just, didn't really like it. So growing up wasn't great. Then when I went to university only, I kind of just isolated myself. And I was like, listen, man, I'm just going to fucking study.
Yeah.
And then I graduated my undergraduate. I got like a first class honors and I was like, oh.
Shit.
Okay. And the reason I did that is because, when you grow up being told that you can't really do much.
Yeah.
I think at some point I got pissed off and said, what the fuck?
I'm going to do exactly what you said I can't do.
Fuck's sake, man. Like, why are people saying that I can't do this? So I was like, all right, fuck this. Let me do this.
Yeah.
And then I got a first class honors, and I remember being told that you can never go to one of these top universities. And then I ended up at UCL.
Then you're like, ha.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck this. I'll get into this university. And then I got into it, and then I graduated from UCL with a first class honors.
Yeah.
In my master's. And a distinction in my final year project. I think those were the milestones where I started saying, okay, enough with the society's bullshit and everyone telling me what I can do can't happen. I'm going to try to make it happen, right? Yeah. But even then, there was a lot of struggle because after university, I knew that I wanted to start a business. I knew that I wanted to get into a gym. But like my family is like, I'm the eldest son. So like there was like our society. That's another thing that our society is, other than, the athletes being a profession. The biggest thing is that our society isn't ready for entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Now it is.
But this is like what?
2015.
Yeah, no scene.
2010 when I graduated undergraduate, I came back and said I wanted to start a gym. My dad was like, fucking go to HBL, you're joining a gym back.
Yeah.
Right? And every day from 2010 till 2015-16 when I actually started in my garage, the classes. Those 5-6 years mentally were fucking torturous.
I bet.
Because when you want to do something and the whole world is telling you no, and you're sitting in your room still doing something that you don't want to do and still trying to grind it out, whereas you know that you don't want to do that and you want to do something else, but you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do it. That is a very dark time. Okay? That is a very dark time. And when you don't have the right support system around you or the people that kind of understand you or encourage you. I have them now. I have those people with me now. And I'm truly grateful for them. Because they listen and they understand and they know and they support. But at that time, those 4 or 5 years, it was just me. There was no one there. No one wanted to back me. No one wanted to invest money in what I wanted to do. No one understood what I was trying to do. No one said that gyms can be business. No one said classes can be a business. How are you going to make money? How are you going to make a living? You should be a banker. You've got these education degrees. Use them. Go abroad. Study, work abroad. So you're like doing shit all over the place. While in your head, you still want to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So that's a very, that's a rough patch, man. That's part of my life where it was not easy for me. And my family had moved abroad in that time. So I was pretty much just living out of a suitcase.
Really?
Yeah. So I was at different people's houses, my uncles, aunts, sometimes in Islamabad, sometimes in Karachi. Doing jobs that I was working
for like a good 4 years, there was also that physical instability as well.
I was all over the place, man. I was all over the place. I was still working out twice a day, though.
Props of that.
Every day. That was the only...
That was your drug?
fuck, bro. That was the only anchor that I had.
Hmm.
I would have lost my mind if I didn't do that.
Yeah. I think people take that situation for granted as well. You know, like from an outsider will hear that and be like, hey, well, dude, you know, like I've been through worse, but it's not a comparison. Like it's not something that everyone's find their own battle.
Man,
And that battle, I'm going to pause you there for a second. It's like, I can completely understand. It's because I was also in that position where I basically had to say, fuck you, I'm going to do exactly what you're saying I can't do just to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
And now also I'm like, I have to put on a hold.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting for the right time.
Yeah. So even when, for example, like I won't go back too much into detail, but like let's just say about the first year when I started the classes in my garage, right?
Yeah.
I was working as an investment banker at Alphala Investments.
Yeah.
So I would do my group classes in the morning, train myself before that, go to the bank, and right after getting home at 6 p.m., 6:30 to 7:30, and then 7:30 to 8:30, I was giving classes again. I did this for 1 year.
Shit.
This whole year I did that.
Yeah.
No complaints. I loved doing those classes. I looked forward to them so much that it didn't feel like work.
Yeah.
Right? But what I'm saying is that even that after that year, the society was still not ready for me to quit the job.
Yeah.
I think it was actually my bosses at the bank that said, go ahead and fucking quit.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
are like the goodness of their heart
Yes,
said that.
and that's why like even till this day, like just 2 weeks ago, I went to meet them and sat with them and everything at the bank.
Yeah.
Because they saw it. When I genuinely asked my boss, I was thinking of quitting, and I was like, what do you think I should do? He said, do it. Just quit. You're not meant for this. You're meant for that. Just do it. That's where I quit. I didn't tell my parents I quit. It was only like 3 weeks or 2 weeks afterwards they realized that I wasn't going to the bank. So my dad was like, why isn't he going to the bank? He asked my mom, and my mom was like, I think he's quit his job. And that's what I had to do, because for 1 year I kept saying I want to quit my job, and
no one was listening.
Yeah, no.
वही था कि shock
Every
पूरा
night
करना,
at the dinner table there was just fighting.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's one of the things that our society needs to understand.
Yeah.
And that's why I speak about it on my social media very openly, about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I get it. It's not always guaranteed that you're going to end up being successful or you're going to end up doing the right things. It's going to be a learning curve. But to anyone who's aspiring to become an entrepreneur, start something on their own. Take the right steps, reach out to people who have done it.
Yeah.
There have been people who have gone through that shit, right? And that's very important to go through because it builds character.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is that don't let go of your dreams. Hold on to them. Don't be impatient also. I think those 5 years of grind, they taught me a lot about myself and my resilience, which I adapt every day today. You have to go through that grind also. You can't have it the easy way.
Yeah.
Right? But once you've gone through that grind, right? I shout out to the society, actually, more importantly, try to listen to the person out.
Yeah.
Like if he's proven his worth, or if she's proven their worth by putting in those extra hours, by really trying to make ends meet, and they are trying to make those ends meet, sometimes they have to dedicate their full time into it to make that closing link happen.
Yeah.
You can't have it part-time sometimes.
Yeah.
After a point.
Yeah.
So, the society needs to accept that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a risk, I get it. Parents will always be protective. Families will always be protective. But sometimes you got to let shit go.
Yeah.
And let people grow up on their own.
Yeah.
That's what our society doesn't let do. So protective, like, fuck, no. Hold on to the kids. Hold on to your, no, don't take that risk. You're going to fuck it up.
Like, I know I've seen life, but then let the fucking kid see life.
Yeah. Like, let it happen.
Like, there's an analogy I've been bringing up lately is that कि यार बंदा जब सिगरेट पीता है तो उसका बड़ा भाई बोलता है कि यार don't smoke. I know, I've learned it's like, okay, well, you learned the hard way. How the fuck am I supposed to know that it's bad for me if I don't learn the hard way?
Yeah.
God forbid you get cancer in that process, but still, man, like, you gotta go through that journey.
But yeah, so like, it's a lot of people are fighting through those battles, but I feel like if you're doing it for the right reasons, if you're honest, if you're dedicated, if you're resilient, you should do it, but do it in a smart way.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid about it.
Yeah.
Don't be harsh. Don't be radical. Don't be like aggressive. No one's letting me do it. I'm just going to fucking do it.
Be calculated.
Yeah, just be smart. Know what you're trying to do. I mean, the only reason I knew what I wanted to do is because day in and day out, I was doing it.
Yeah.
My younger brother, he works at Nestle. He's for the past 1 year, he's miserable and he wants to kind of quit his job and start a business. I've not said yes or no to that idea when he asks me, but I'm like, I'm trying to say that if you want to do it, then you should know what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
Don't quit your job and then decide what you want to do. First, know what you want to do, see what you have to do. And if you feel like this job is stopping you from doing that, and you can do that, then do it.
But the underlying point is what it is you have to do.
You have to know.
Yeah.
You have to know. And that's the hard part. And that's where those 5 years of isolation and darkness and those sitting in that room fucking just with your thoughts come in.
Yeah.
That's when it happens. That's when you know.
Shit, man. That's the reality that people don't want to accept.
Because it's so goddamn hard. There are two kinds of fears, right? There's the fear of success and then there's the fear of failure.
Yeah.
That fear of failure is that, oh shit, what if I can't do this?
Yeah.
And I take that risk. That's one thing stopping someone.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is that fear of success. If you do make it, will you be able to hold on to it?
Yeah.
And be able to keep grinding as hard to hold on to it. Those are those two failures.
Yeah.
Those two fears. Right? And that's like you said, right? That's what people need to. That's a scary thing.
Yeah.
You can't sleep at night, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep last night. I slept for 5 hours.
Part jati hai, man.
Yeah, you're just exhausted, but like
you're wired as well. Like you're exhausted, you're equally wired. You're like, well, I don't know
just
what the
before
fuck's
coming
happening.
here, I was talking to a sleep therapist. I was like,
"Fuck,
"What the fuck's going on, man?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Bro, you just gotta let thoughts go." After a while, I was like, "Can't." It's like 11:30. I feel like someone can do something better, and I have to message them and tell them, "Listen, why aren't you doing this?"
Damn. And this is the whole going above and beyond aspect, and that's, I think, the lifestyle aspect of the whole profession as well. It's like you got to take those steps as well.
You gotta be obsessive, man.
You got to be obsessive.
You gotta be obsessed. There's no like I said when I said that, I don't want to be an athlete for too long because I don't want to do anything half-ass. You gotta be obsessed. You gotta make sacrifices. I don't go out. I don't meet people. I whether it's a Saturday night or a Sunday night, I still sleep at the same time. I meet people that I know I have to meet for a reason. Because at this point in my life, I don't want noise to distract me. I have asked and prayed to God for too long to give me this opportunity to fuck it up now. It's too long. So until I know I need to do what I need to do, until I do that, I don't give a shit about parties. I don't give a shit about traveling. Just don't give a shit. Just don't care. I don't. My parents are fucking always complaining how I don't spend time at home. I'm always preoccupied. I'm always busy. You gotta make sacrifices, man.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It ain't easy. But it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's and it's not worth it because of the money or anything. It's just worth it because when you're doing the thing that you want to do, it's so powerful. It's so powerful because you're just going. and you want to help as many people along the way and you want to take them with you. But you got to be willing to make the sacrifice. You got to cut the bullshit.
Yeah.
As my boy Gustavo in London says, cut the bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just like how it is in a workout, right?
Yeah.
It's hurting.
Hmm.
Okay. I know.
Telling me too.
So what?
Hmm.
Did you suck it up? Get it done.
Yeah. Okay, fuck. Half of these are out of the way now. No, dude, shit. This is why I'm actually doing Behind the Grind, is because there's this level of passion which I feel that is not coming out of people, or people don't give a fuck about other people's passions, man.
Bro, so here's the thing, right? Like before we started recording this, and I said that, I'm very active on my social media and my Instagram, but that's because of certain reasons that like I said, every post and every story and everything has a reason and a purpose for it. It's not because of my promotion. It's for a reason, right? Yeah. And other than that, I'm not very active on the media scene. I'm not very social. But anyways, that's why when you approached me and I saw your page, and I was just like,
keep going.
I was just like, yes, this is legit. Okay. And like I said before we started recording, that these kind of platforms like yourself, like that Project Wellness that I was mentioning, like other local platforms, like people that are there's this other one that one of my coaches has started, the Localist on Instagram. These kind of platforms need to fucking exist, because people need to share their stories and let the others know that there are others that are in it, have been through it, and can be of help.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's why, like, hats off to you guys for doing that and recognizing it and getting it done, because it has to get done.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned these different platforms that come about, even About the Fit. Thank you for the t-shirt, by the way.
Yeah, there we go. About the Fit. Again, like two of my kind of members, they started this, and that's it. Again, everything health and fitness, bro.
Yeah. And I saw when you were at Madison, I didn't see the interview, but I saw the post where someone was interviewing and said that, investment banker gone athlete and gym owner.
Yeah.
And it said I think you mentioned on that was Rogue was not exporting to Pakistan.
Yep.
So you decided to make your own equipment.
Yes.
So that was fucking cool, by the way. And I've seen your equipment online, and I was like, okay, shit, dude, this is like some high end like finesse.
That's it, bro. We're fucking coming for Rogue.
Yeah.
Why the fuck can't Pakistan produce the best equipment in the world?
Yeah. Like,
well, we are.
Yeah.
We are.
No, yeah.
MatrixFit equipment, there was a need, right? 4 years ago, when I started the gym. Listen, man, I had to go to I couldn't go to one place and order what I wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't have much fun. So basically I started buying the equipment through the bonus that I got from my job. And that's it. Yeah. Right. So I had I think 1.5 lakh rupees, and I had to buy some kettlebells and dumbbells from it, right?
Yeah.
But even that, I had to go to 10 different places to get those things.
Yeah.
I had to go to Lighthouse, I had to go to Bori Bazaar, I had to go to this shop, that shop. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then when I started making the gym, I couldn't buy a rig anywhere.
Yeah.
My gym was the first one where the rig concept kind of came in. Yeah. All functional barbells.
This is at Shapes? This is at... Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we were the first ones to install that rig. Everything was barbells and bumper plates. No one was doing that before, right? But that and through the 2-3 years, I was just like, man, if I want Rogue, I have to pay 4 times the price to get it to Pakistan.
Yeah.
I have to go through all this bullshit of customs and duties, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Even the 4 or 5 rowing machines that I have at my gym.
वो भी इतनी महंगी है.
If you go online, you can buy the rowing machine for $900, but by the time you get it here, it's over $3,000, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, me and my buddy Ali Kenan is my partner at MatrixFit Equipment. He was also a member. We were like, you know, he helped me build that rig initially, and then one day I was like, man, people are shifting their gyms into these CrossFit boxes. I saw it. Like people were installing rigs or making squat stands and putting, I was like, so okay, cool. Let's make it for them. And then we started experimenting with barbells and squat stands and benches, and now we have we can build a full gym. And I stand behind the quality of our products. And you will get the same quality as Rogue.
And this is that think global, buy local.
This is that takeover from Pakistan, bro. It's coming.
And I love it, man, because I'm like, well, people, I think once CrossFit picked up, people didn't even know bumper plates were a thing.
That's it.
And now now everyone has them. Now it's local.
Now everyone has them.
So what I was actually trying to get at was with the equipment and these different brands popping up. I'm not going to, probe you to tell me what your vision is. That's something that might be very close to you. But like, is there an ecosystem of sorts that you see forming in a way? I went to Dr. Rabia as well once upon a time, and then I visited PwC once. I saw Project Wellness online, and फिर हमारी थोड़ी सी बात हुई कि क्या scene था. But like, what do you see as that ecosystem following? What do you see is coming out of it?
I see a community forming.
Yeah.
And that's the fundamentals of. That was one of the fundamentals of MatrixFit.
Yeah.
That was one of the fundamentals of CrossFit. So I see a community forming, and I see support systems for each aspect of fitness.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
PwC gives classes at our gym.
Yeah, the mobility.
The mobility and activation class. Yeah. About the Fit sells its apparel at our gym. About the Fit is very closely linked to our athletes. Project Wellness has done a lot of interviews with members of our gym. So through that one stop, I want people to have access to everything.
Yeah. And there are a couple of people online who follow like Hustle Made, Craig Ritchie, Lean Machines. These guys, this is a very foreign concept for all those listening. So you better pay attention, because this is a wave which I don't think anyone in Pakistan has the brains to do, but there's a guy in Karachi doing it. And that's the real deal right there. I honestly speaking, I find it a bunch of bullshit when, some pansy pops up on social media and starts passing on that information, because you can tell, the intention with which it's coming from.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Like that.
Like, I'm not trying to jabs at anyone.
You can have all the followers in the world.
Yeah.
But what is it that you're doing with those followers?
Yeah.
You can have you have to realize one thing, bro. And that's, I try to kind of, when I pray, I try to keep reminding myself about that with the responsibility, with what you have, with what God has given you, you have a responsibility. And your influence, you have to make sure that what you're doing, if it's influencing someone, it's influencing someone the right way.
Yeah.
I used to smoke, I used to drink. Right? I quit everything the day I decided that I'm going to do this full time. I'm not saying this is the way to do it. It was just, for me, that was right.
Yeah.
So when you have the power to influence someone, how you do that, you got to decide.
Yeah.
Right? You've got power.
Yeah. You
got to use it the right way. And that's it, man. Like, just recently, last week, this guy came and he was like, I've quit my job and I want to start, and I want to become an athlete. And I was like, why do you want to do it? Is it because of that 10 seconds of fame, or is there a bigger purpose here? So I think if people realize that it's more than the spotlight, being under the spotlight. I think great things can come out of Pakistan, man.
Yeah.
Great things. There's a lot of potential here. A lot of potential.
With Matrix,
Yeah.
they usually mention this athlete coming out saying, I want to compete full time. I can see that already. I follow your Instagram pretty avidly, and I've seen that, within Matrix and CrossFit BNB, there's a lot of diversification coming about. You've recently introduced an athlete program.
Yeah.
With the brand, with the equipment happening, what do you feel is like the next step? Like, do you feel that, going, like, segmentation so you can figure out, but like, do you feel that there's something that that's missing, whether that be food and bev, something for you?
So I've never I never thought that I never try to do things that I feel like someone else can add more value to it. They should do it themselves.
Yeah.
About the fit, they wanted me to be part of their team, but I didn't feel like I'd had the time or I could put in the invest the time to help them do what they wanted to do. So I didn't kind of, I stepped away. I said, I'll support you guys, but like, I don't. Yeah. So food and beverage is something that I do feel that there is a need for it, and people are doing it. I don't see what value I can add, so I'm not going to do it. Equipments, yes. I know that I have a very clear vision with my partner on what we want to do.
Yeah.
And we're doing it, and I'll keep doing it. So the MatrixFit athlete program is, again, like I said, it's for the next generation of athletes going to the games. Yeah. That's what it's developed for. Yeah. Or not even the games, just who want to go and compete in this sport. That is what it's developed for. Yeah. It's a remote coaching program.
Okay.
The vision or the next thing that I'm trying to do is, like I said, I look at MatrixFit as an institution, not as a gym. Yeah. I want to start an apprenticeship program.
Sweet.
That's what I want to do. I want to touch base on things or share whatever I've learned through my learnings and my experiences. My team, I want to put my team and myself in front for people to come and ask questions. And I want to develop aspiring entrepreneurs, or whatever you want to call it.
And you're not thinking along the lines of real estate in this? No.
I have plans of growing. But at this moment, how that's going to happen is not 100% clear. But there's always growth plans.
Shout out to Essen.
Always growth plans, man. Always. So, right now I feel like the investment needs to be the real estate investment and all of that, having a bigger space. Yeah, you can do that. That should happen. But I want to invest more in like people. And that's why I want to invest in that apprenticeship program that I'm trying to come up with. So develop the people. What are you going to do with real estate if you don't have the people to run it?
Well, good.
You can have the most fanciest gym in the fucking world. Yeah. And the equipment can just be sitting there if you don't have the right people to run it.
100%.
Someone from Qatar just recently got in touch with me 2 days ago, and they said, I want to open a gym in Islamabad. And can you do like a feasibility report of me? I was like, who's going to run it? He's like, oh, I don't know. Find someone. I was like, I can give you a feasibility for the best gym in the world.
Yeah.
You're in the people's business. You're not in fucking equipment, or you're not a interior designer. Yeah. You got to invest time, man. You got to put in the time. Yeah. Okay, so real estate is, yes, it's part of the plan, but that's not the plan. You need people. You need people. You gotta have the right people to use that real estate. This small chunk should be able to produce millions. Yeah. And that production is through people.
I love how there's so many aspects of this conversation. I'm like, man, I've been saying that. Why the fuck isn't anybody listening to me? Yeah. I love it, dude. I love it. Bilal, I'm just gonna ask you one last question.
Yeah, bro.
If you went back in time to meet your younger self, what would you have? What advice would you have given to him?
Man, that's a tough one. I think if I were to go back, I would have told myself to kind of gather a bit more experience when I had the opportunity, when I was living abroad, when I was studying abroad in London. I would tell myself that, listen, this is what you're meant to do in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Try to gain more experience than what you're gaining right now. So instead of spending the 4 hours at the gym and with fitness people around, try to spend 10 hours with them.
All right.
So
Dive yourself into it.
Yeah. Dive yourself into it more. Don't go to the bars and the clubs that you're going to while you're at university. Don't be distracted by the noise, like I'm saying right now, how dedicated or how focused I am. I think at that point I could have told myself, try to kind of be a bit more focused.
But when you were in uni, you already had that like your passion hai, which you would...
Yeah, no, I was still going to the gym twice a day.
But was it something that you thought you could make a profession out of at that time?
No. So that's what I've said, right? Like you were told that, no, this can't happen. So you start believing it.
Until one day you snap.
Until one day you're like, let me try it. You know? But you do start believing it.
Yeah.
Your will is tested day in and day out, and anyone around you is saying no, don't do it, don't do it, do this. The amount of job applications I've filled out online, fuck's sake, man, and the amount of rejections I've had. You name the country you name the company I've applied to. Holy shit, man.
It starts from BNP, ends up at BMW. Goes
I
everywhere.
have literally filled out more management trainee applications and been rejected through them than anyone else. Okay. Yeah. I've done all of that. Cover letter after cover letter, fucking application after application. You know, phone call, interview. What visa do you have? Student visa. What passport? Pakistan. Thank you very much.
Fuck off.
Fuck's sake, man. I've just prepared for like a week for this goddamn phone interview, and that's the first thing you ask me.
Yeah.
So...
But that's the reality of things. You have to go through that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what builds the character.
Yeah.
You have to go through that shit. If I'm going to just... I mean, if my dad, for example, right after graduation said, here's 1 million rupees, start your gym, I probably would not hustle as hard as I did.
And made a lot more fuck-ups along the way.
100%.
Yeah.
So I think in hindsight... everyone saying no was actually a blessing.
Yeah.
But you only realize that now.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Of course, 100%.
Right?
Yeah, bilkul.
If at that, and I know a lot of people that got that 1 million right after university and shit's gone south for most of them.
Yeah.
Because you're not hungry, right? It's like when you start making money, right? People lose the passion.
Yeah.
You look at it, you see it in all these elite athletes and sports stars.
Yeah.
The moment the fame and the money and the girls and the parties and the endorsements start coming in, you see it in everyone.
Yeah.
The shit goes south. Just the other day, I was listening to Kobe Bryant's interview, and someone asked him that, how did you go up in the NBA? Making it to the NBA was hard, but how did you go to the top? He was like, when I got there, I realized that pretty much everyone who had gotten there, when they got the money and the girls and the fame and everything, they just became complacent because they got everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, this is like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah.
He's like, because I didn't get distracted by that shit. So I just jumped over them.
Fear of success. You get there.
Yeah.
How do you hold on to it?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's why you got to keep your feet on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
And that's why I respect so many people around me, because they help me do that.
Yeah.
They tell me when shit's not right.
Yeah.
They say to my face.
Yeah.
You know,
Zameen pe aa jao wapas.
fuck that, bro. That's why I pray. That's the one thing I ask God for. Like, I'm like, Never do. You just don't let this happen. Like Jeanette, Studio X, she's the one that gave me the break years ago. First person to kind of give me the break. I used to teach body pump at her studio when she was at Structures.
Really?
Yeah. Body pump, spinning. I helped her in those classes. She's the one person every now and then I kind of message and she says,
these are the people you just want to you sit and you reflect and you think about. It's like you're grateful for their existence.
I think about them every day.
Yeah, man.
I think about them every day.
Yeah.
I think about these things every day.
Yeah.
Like I said, bro, I have prayed to get what I have right now for too long. For too long.
Yeah.
So this spotlight or whatever right now, this blessing that I have is, I know that, it's just, you just gotta, now God has given you that opportunity. Now he's given it to you because you said that you want to do the right thing. Now do the right thing.
And do not fuck up.
Do not fuck up. He's going to take it away.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, Bilal.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Dude, this was a blast. Man. And I hope everyone, again, thank you for the t-shirt, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
I hope everyone enjoyed this. That was Bilal Tariq with me, Asad Hashim Ali, on Behind the Grind. And I think this was one of the most enlightening conversations with someone who I've met for the very first time.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah, and what was great was that he's saying things. He's we are both in different points in our lives. I don't want to point out the age thing, but there is a difference between us. This table is the length between us, but it just makes me realize that, okay, fine, I do this podcast to make sure and to remind myself that, yeah, I am on the right track. I said there are people who you can learn from, the people whose lessons you need to take, and you need to put in your file cabinet and program that whenever you can and however you can.
Mate, like I said, just keep doing this. Yeah. There's a big need for this.
Yeah.
I can tell you this much. There's a big need for it.
I really appreciate it, man. The first thing he said to me before he walked on off camera was this very thing.
You're part of the fucking ecosystem that you were just talking about.
Yeah.
You gotta be here. This is part of the ecosystem. People may not realize it, what I'm saying, but it is. You play just an important role as MatrixFit does, as any other big personality in the fitness field or whatever, in this entrepreneurial sphere or whatever sphere you want to call it. But you, About the Fit, Project Wellness, PWC, all these small initiatives coming up, they're all playing that part.
Yeah.
It has to exist.
Yeah. I really appreciate it, man. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
See you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.